degree of Doctor of Medicine by the Senate. I request you to kindly confer the degree on those who are physically present or join virtually, for whom I stand proxy. Who is that?
Okay, their names are from the Faculty of Dental Surgery, Ebuna Uchenna Patrick. Faculty of Family Medicine, Amale Zilea Musa. Onu Ilakiche Esther. Shenan Yudvok Andrew. Usemi Shekien Sana. From the Faculty of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Okore Etos Ike. Okwade Kainde Sharafadin. From the Faculty of Ophthalmology, Borodo Sekinat Bala. From the Faculty of Pediatrics, Agbo Ezine Stebnora. Faleye Ayodele Dasola. Laguju Oroluwa Eniola. Lamina Amotuno Bukola. Eri Ezogi Chizob Adaobi. Ofiali Ogochukwu Chioma. And Ude Ifoma Azuka. From the Faculty of Pathology, Akujobi Tobechi Adana. Otman Ishaku Agao. Sonny Kamarudin Owolabi. From the Faculty of Internal Medicine, Edafe Emmanuel Auchi. From the Faculty of Public Health and Community Medicine, Abdurrahim Kamaldeen Sukomi. Abubakar Joshua Difa. Shima Oduku Alero. Enecheta Anuli Pierre. Isekekpe Brenda Chukwufunaya. Unduka Chinelo Cynthia. Osadiaye Olanlesi Olubusayo. Shobende John Kolawole and Uzowa Bolanle. From the Faculty of Surgery, Balogun Simon Adewale, Umba Uwakwe Cosmas. And then from the Faculty of Otorhinolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, Alabi Biodun Suleiman. Olajide Toye Gabriel. Olaniyan Oladujoye David. And Uze Uchechukwu Chinelo. From the Faculty of Orthopedics, Zubair Umar Farouk. Thank you.
Medical College of Nigeria are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college in the various faculties. So we'll all renew fellows in the Faculty of Anesthesia, Dental Surgery, Family Medicine, Family Dentistry, Obstetrics and Gynecology, Ophthalmology, Pediatrics, Pathology, Internal Medicine, Psychiatry, Public Health and Community Medicine, Radiology, Surgery, Otorhinolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, orthopedics and emergency medicine, please remain standing.
And their names are Faculty of Anesthesia, Abdullahi Ali Musa, Adebi Olusegun Odushola, Akponye Solomon Jide, Aliyu Usena Amina, Ameye Biyelana Ibn, Asuko Angela Effiong, Awa Emmanuel Atengweye, Ebulu Ekaite Daniel, Efe Douglas Godwin, Hamza Aliyu, Ibiyomi Akin, Joseph Olufunke Comfort, Mohammed Abdulrahman, Mukhtar Lawan, Uwankwo Charles Lawrence Onyekwere, Odigbo Michael, Ogudu Friday Okike, Okonkwo Thank God Chukwunoso, Okore Udoka, Olaniyan Olabisi Juliana, Oluwa Yaibi Lewis, Opadola Omodele Adefunke, Orokara Orok Taku, Sonny Nimatalai Olawumi, Usman Yohana Musa, then Emedike Awa Ifeoma Uju, Faculty of Dental Surgery, Adebiyi Dare James, Akinola Adeola Rafiat, Anjoni Olaide Olayemi, Arinze Odogwu Comfort, Eweoje Amarachi Ikemsinachi, Fusomi Mohammed Ayuba, Koledeli Omotunde Abiola, Obi Donald Ikechukwu, Okeke Uzubechukwu Emmanuel, Okwongale Elono Ogumo, Osasona Titilayo Oluwa Bamilerin, Shehu Yusau Abdullahi, Solomon Stephen, and Upebo Izoguria Vivian. For fellowship by election in the Faculty of Dental Surgery, we have Okoturu Eyituogo, Sanu Oluwatosi Oluyemi, Utomi Ifeoma Linda. Faculty of Family Medicine, Ayuaja Nayagawa, Ada Roslyn Egbe, Akolawole Kayo Adeagbo, Alade Ojebi Adetotu is Isaac, Albashir Aishatu, Amakri Sotoye Biba, Amai Dushima Charity, Amale Zila Musa, Ani Innocent Henry, Basi Ekemini Silas, Ibrahim Sadiq Guduf, Ibrahim Yusuf Ashipita, Ikpeazu Okechukwu, Iyawa Cynthia, Joshua Benjamin, Madaki Azi Benjamin, Okechukwu Kezia Nwayoze, Oloko Ifedolapo Olaide, Omerije Ngozi Monica, Onwekwe Chiwendu Jacinta, Reginald Agocha Ifenyuwa Imena, Usaini Sekien Sana, Sulaiman Ahmed, Zakaria Rashidat. Therefore, fellowship by election, Faculty of Family Medicine, Adegoke Abel Kehinde, Faculty of Family Dentistry, we have Edangbe Sarah Fatima, Ojo Olanrewaju Adegboyega, Faculty of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Abdul Mohammed Anwalu, Abdullahi Musa Olatunji, Abdulrasheed Lubabatu, Abel Victor Jiwe Miana, Adebara Olusegun Cosmos, Adebayo Sahid Yomi, Adebo Aima Lohi Inibokun, Adere Tolulope Kola, Akera Adegboyega Ganiat Ade, Anyang Ubom Inyang, Aremu Adijat Ifedola, Arotiba Abayomi Ayomide, Audu Linda James, Chiemeze Odera Chiebuna, Dankuro Adeleke Oyenuga, Elisha Asana Riman, Eruze Ikenan Romanos, Ezekwere Chika Sandra, Ibrahim Nasiru, Idemudia Osanyo More, Ifedude Joshua Ebuka, Lasting Onyinye Nneka, Maduka Chike Joachim, Musa Atiku Dayab, Unjoku Ifeoma Veralyn, Nwabude Victor Onyebuchi, Nwokoku Peter Chibueze, Odion Naka Chukwudeme Darlington, Ogbonna Cyril Okonkwo, Ogunora Nwakego, Ojubere Nimotalai Modupe, Oku Andrew Ehiagbina, Okoye Chinelu Onuagbuna, Oladejo Beauty Anwuli, Olori Edima Michael, Olorede Okwade Zainab Adedoyin, Omoseyin Ayobola Oyebanjo, Opa Ujioma Chioma, Oyedepo Gabriel Olatunde, Simon Danjuma Randong, Tom George Gift Ozuakachi, Uzogwe Jide Uzo Ulu, and Yunusa Miriam Motuayo. Adendu Ikechabulu Joseph Ifeanchuku. Then Faculty of Ophthalmology, Abubakar Abdulkarim, Agbana Tolulope Oluropo, Agahon Benedict Omuawa, Ajagbe Kolade Semiu, Amefuna Kusiochukwu Perpetua, Annie Cletus Ene, Annie Kwenwa Judith Ogechi, Ayo Ibukunoluwa Tolulope, okay. Bala Abdulrahman Musawa, Bodunde Olanike Folashade, Bolaji Adeola Odunayo, Chibaka Chigoze Chinozo, Chijioke Eunice Adama, Douglas Johnson Iyengibi, Egon Gon, Aruse Otoa, Ene Nnamdi, Fashola Miriam Bola, Ginsau Saidatu Aruna, Ananiya Mata Dauda, Aruna Miriam Musa, Ibrahim Aisha Mutasin, Ifeche Chika Njedika, Masho Deborah Abimbola, Mohammed Ibrahim Opanaki, Mohammed Fauzia Sabo, Munaje Melchizedek Ignatius, Udi Ezuma Nnamdi Nwakama, Nwabueze Ogechi Benedicta, Nwokedi Chidima Chinenye, Obibola Tolulope Omotoyosi, Obibekun Oladapo Oluwadamilola, Okoli Barbara Chioma, Oluleye Titilope Taye, Olubodeji Ufoma Oluwaseyi, Obilaki Tolulope Olutosin, Oshukoya Latifat Tebitope, Oyekunle Idris Akintayo, Okola Ihedima, Salami Razak, Sule Ademola Ayoda, Sulaiman Abubakar Sadiq, Ugu Chinedu Bertrand, Upewan Roslyn Omo, Umar Aisha Mele, Wajeru Taiwo Ebonu Yusuf Ibrahim. Faculty of Pediatrics, ready? Okay. Adeba Rita Ifechukwu, Pediatrics. Akman Usanobon Morgan. Awok John Ame. Baba Miriam Aliyu. Bello Kehinde Adeshola. Bukar Mohammed Abacha. David Abraham Enejo. Ebue Charles Arinze. Eze Okeke Chinelo Onyinye Nkem Dilim. Idialu Egbogu Juliet Enze. Ilyasu Zainab. Item Sunday. Kilson Dangat Bitrus. Mikailu Abubakar Jan Gebe. Uwobi Anulika Cecilia. Obok Felicia. Ofogebe Biolu Adaobi. Obukade Idayat Omobolaji. Okeke Miriam Chizoba. Okere Ebele Stella. Okoro Chiwe Chioma. Okosi Valerie Chizelum. Onu Nosarimen Patience. Owoje Chigoze Kensley. Onyeka Chimere Adaize. Onyerika Ifeanyi Henry. Osand Simon Edo. Otatubi Olayinka Aderonke. Ovie Akeri Justus. Salau Abiba. Udodo Ison Patrick. Ugadu Chukwuemeka Obunya. Faculty of Pediatrics, Fellowship by Election, Faculty of Pediatrics. B. Amabet Are. Faculty of Pathology. Adeomi Rotimi Samson. Adeomi Omoruri. Aliyu Chuko. Aminu Ahmed A. Bilambo Boli Elias. Chioma Elizabeth Musa. Dantumi Yusuf. Eke Uchechi Juliet. Emin Johnson. NSC Adieza Samuel. Ezekweli Ozioma Emmanuel. Gav Tana Ambrose. Gazali Yusuf Kali. Goni Bilikus Alkali. Hamza Ahmed. Ike Kenechi Gerard. Ismail Alima. Jika Aminu Said. Jinodu Shola Shinen. Kusoro Simeon Oluseyi. Okay. One is Nicodemus. Lawan Awa Muhammad. Muazu Jabiru. Mmadu Josiah Ngagiyasi. Nnachi Oji Anya. Nweke Vincent Oke. Nkema Kolum. Inwidenyi Isaiah Ogbona. Odubono Abibola Olubukola. Ofili Ufoma Blessing. Ogunkunle Abdulfatai Kayode. Okeke Princess Salitina Uchechukwu. Onota Priscilla Ometere. Orabueze Ibuchukwu. Nke Onyi na Shoya. Utman Isaku Agahu. Utman Nafisatu. Owan Michael Eta. Riman Omobolake Evari. Salah Musa. Sonny Kamarudin Owolabi. Chofoluwa Gbenga Adeyemi. Suchi Namwet Iyes Wet, Towoju Olujuwon Phillips, Egu Gabriel Chima, Umuane Amos Egbedion, Uwa Dokedensi Edet, Yunusa Rufai. For Faculty of Pathology, Fellowship by Election, Muhammad Abdullahi. Faculty of Internal Medicine, Abdullahi Suleiman Baba, Abubakar Mohammed Sani, Abubakar Muhammadu Sani, Adedeye Adedeji, Adeyeye Adedeji Lawrence, Agbona Segun Majekodunmi, Amadi Olajiman Juliet, Ayamele Ibuchu, Ayodele Olufemi Oluranti, Bazuaye Enoma Alexander, Ede Ifeoma Miriam, Enajoro Precious Jane, Eyisi Chioma Silva, Fagbemi Ayotomiwa Tiwa Tope, Fagbeuda Temitope Victoria, Ibiroye Sonny Lariwaju, Jafar Amina, Manzo Mohammed Gaddafi Ahmed, Mohammed Yahya, Muhammad Mustafa, Obasi Kevin Becky, Obasuyi Veronica Adefunke. Obiafuna Adaobi Genevieve, Okachi Elegbechi Wesley, Okoroafo Maduka James, Palmer Dennis Obede, Saleh Abibu Tijani, Umar Wasinda Francis. Faculty of Internal Medicine, Fellowship by Election, Badero Olurotimi John, Bello Aminu Kasarawa, Elegbe Oloruntoba Abiona. Faculty of Psychiatry, Abdulrahman Zakaria Ibrahim, Abubakar Zakaria Sadiq, Adagam Gideon, Adeshino Ismail Olaitan, Ahmed Mustafa, Akilu Abdullahi, Akinde Abiola Rukayat, Aliyu Muhammad, Amadasu Lovistin Osai Hemwen, Amodu Oluwaseyi Opeyemi, Arun Rachel Akuse Iyam, Ashiru Abdulrahman, Atahiru Abusfan, Charles Ugwagbo Ijoma Chinanue Pemrem, Dimiya Jonathan Timothy, Ejofo Chiamaka Noyelem, Ekakite Sejin Ambrose, Ilechukwu Chijioke Mekachi, Ize Dokun Osayode Henry, Musa Ibrahim Aliyu, Okoje Ehimome Ehimare, Olatunji Adekola Phenomenon, Olujuba Tony Peters, Orukwe Christy Emapo, Oriji Isaiah Agali, Owolabi Israel Olumuyiwa, Raji Saheed Abioye, Saki Junaid, Suleiman Anwar Muhammad, and Umar Zubairu. Faculty of Public Health and Community Medicine, Abdulrahim Kamaldeen Sukomi, Adamu Shedrack Aminu, Adetayo Opeyemi Adedapo, Anifowose Aderisola Olufunke, Atinge Sonem, Fepere Tony Valerie, Garba Jamilu, Isekpe Brenda Chukwu Funaya, John Sifonabasi Epedeme, FM Omini Daniel, Ogbaji Ferdinand Ibu, Omotayo Morufa Titilope, Sanusi Suraya Mutar. Fellowship by election, Faculty of Public Health and Community Medicine. Olúgbénga Bello Adéníkẹ́ Ìyànúolúwa. Faculty of Radiology. Ajayi Azizat Ọlọ́jùmọ̀kẹ́. Ajayi Ọmọbọ́láńlé Taofiko. Bashir Miriam Adébọ́lá. Dúrósìmí Kafiyat Abiodun. Fáṣákin Pẹ̀níọlá Asmau. Isa Ismaila Mato. Kọ́mọláfẹ́ Oyèrónkẹ́ Ṣọlá. Njoku Chinyere Lizzie. Ọ̀jẹ́rẹ̀mí Táíwò Tósìn. Ọ̀jẹ́rẹ̀mí Olúrántí Èdùgbè. Ológe Akínrù Láńrè Habib. Olúyẹdé Ọláwọlé Glory. Tọwọ́jú Àánúolúwapọ̀ Gbàdúrà. Tukọ̀ Yusuf. Umenzekwe Oluchi Jermaine. Tukọ̀, okay. Faculty of Surgery. Abubakar Awu Muhammad. Achibiri Oyemoziri Williams. Ademola Samuel Adesina. Adeoye Peter Oladapo. Adesiyoko Adedotu. Aji Sonny Ali. Akashike Gerard Chinozo. Alu Solomon Akoji. Faculty of Surgery. Is everybody coming forward? Alu Solomon Akoji. Ayigo Ferdinand Friday. Atobatela Kazim Muyosore. Bakari Nurudin Gbenga. Balogun Olarewaju Samuel. Bankole Olufemi Babatola. Chukwuma Odinaka Hilary. Elebute Olumide Abiodun. Enahoro Joel Eremosele. Esen Ribon Okun. Falashe Olabode Akisoron. Ibadi Moses Oga. Ibrahim Taofik Ishola. Ikpebu Tochukwu Ogechukwu. Jabiru Kasim Mohammed. Lawal Abdulrazak Oluwagbebiga. Newcomb Christopher Suye. Modulogu Benedict Obiora, Mohammed Aminu Muhammad, Ogolo Bernard Ekomobong, Oguleye Ezekiel Olayiwola, Ohieri Ikenna Chimuanya, Okorie Basi August, Opanachi Christopher Ile, Okubo Stanley Okadike, Olagunju Tunde Ajani, Olaitan Peter Babatunde, Olatilu Tọ́pẹ́ John, Olúdára Ọbálájí Adéwálé, Ọ̀nàpọ̀yà Uve Ufoma, Ọ̀ṣọ́ Olúwarótìmí Adéwùsí, Òtẹ́nẹ̀kẹ́lẹ́sùn Ikechukwu, Onílóye Olúwaṣeun Abíóyè, Rájí Taofik Kẹrùlérè, Sulaiman Abdulateef Tèmítọ́pẹ́, Umar Abubakar, Uthman, William Ọmọlọ́lá Modúpẹ́, Yahya Abubakar, Kanu Okeze Obasi, Ugo Chiedere Ndukwe. Faculty of Surgery, Fellowship by Election, Ami Emmanuel Adoyi, Ikeruru Stephen Odunayo. Faculty of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, Dauda Rukayat, Dawaki Ibrahim, Igbafen Augustine Ojeking, Jimo Mustapha Lawal, Nwanfo Ifeanyi Ezejona, Omodele Abdulrahman. Orthopedics, that's the last faculty but not the least. Aboki Yakub Ogukwa, Adeku Adeza Nathaniel, Alaba Idowu Oluwagbenga, Buba Ibrahim Babangida, Fakutu Patia Naira, Jepla Nankwat Stephen, Joel Jacob, Ntude Henry, Ntude Dueme, Odejobi Kayode Olaniwaju, Oduware Omorogwe, Idumedia, Ogbodo Roy Osita, Okonedo Bawo, Olórukoba Sulaiman Tunde, Olórukoba Sulaiman Tunde, Ọmọníyì Ayọ̀lúwa Emmanuel, Ogo Awoke Anthony, Shitu Oluwasegun, Uzen Uchendu Ugochukwu Timothy, Udo Sunday Joseph, Yakis Isaac Musa, Fellowship by election, Ajaja Samuel Babatunde, Faculty of Emergency Medicine, Fellowship by election, Oyedokun Taofik Oluwasegun. Sorry, fellows, I apologize if I did not pronounce your name well. Maybe in future we'll be asking you to send us how your name should be pronounced so that it will be written that way, so I can pronounce it well. And then also expect that parents and family members, once we call the name, you should just make some noise so that at least that will muffle the bad spelling of your name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, S.S. Sule. Please, with all the fellows, our brothers, stand and remain standing. Please stand and remain standing. Those online, please stand and remain standing. We are going to recite the fellowship. You don't hear your name? If you do not hear your name, where are you? You are the only one. Okay, please. Sorry. College President, sir, please permit me to express my sincere apologies to the chairman and the secretary. They are my employers for not allowing them to play their roles. I know it's from the directive of the leadership of the college, and because of the rain, and there's the forecast that it's still going to rain, so we want everybody to be out of this place before 2 o'clock, and we will do that. Please accept my sincere apology. Fellows, please recite after me. In a firm belief, I want to hear you loud and clear. Now I'm going to start all over again. In a firm belief that the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria exists to promote the best principles and traditions of our profession, solemnly pledged to live and practice in strict accordance with all its principles and regulations. I rededicate myself to uphold the ethics and precepts of the profession, to place the welfare of my patients above all other considerations, to deal with each patient as I would wish to be dealt with if I were a patient, to render willing assistance to my colleagues in respect of professional problems, and to seek to advance my knowledge and skills.
To render willing assistance to my colleagues in respect to
continue education and association with specialists of eminence. Finally, I pledge to contribute everything in the effort to advance the cause of the college,
College,
its ideals, and the principle for which it was established.
Its ideals
College President, sir, we wish to
Don't help me. So help me.
I want the ones on this.
So help me, sir.
Thank you. Because God must help you in this matter. All right. By the authority vested in me as the college president, I confer on you all the fellowship of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. With all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Congratulations. So, fellows, take
a bow to the president. President, are you satisfied? Straighten up. Don your cap with your tassel to the left. You may now take your seat. Thank you. So will all the prize winners move to my left? And I will be calling your names out one by one. And please, let's make it snappy. The college prize. Alima Atta Prize for the best dissertation in cancer research. Dr. Njoku Chiwere Lizzie. Is she here? Please come up with it, please. Okay. Yes, sir. I will call your name, sir. Just match out. Then Alima Atta Prize for the second best dissertation in cancer research. Adeku Adeiza Natalia. Professor Linus Ajabo Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMCG examination. Yunusa Mariam Motunrayo. Professor Musa M. Burudi Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMCP examination in the subspecialty of gastroenterology. Saleh Habibu Tijani. Professor Friday Okuma Prize for the best Part 2 dissertation in the Faculty of Internal Medicine. Okay. Professor John Azibuike Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMC PED neonatology subspecialty. Kingsley Onyeje Chigozie. Faculty of Anesthesia. 1. C. Famewu Prize for the best candidate in Part 1 FMC examination. Bashir Aliyu Adamu. DGO Foxcrab Prize for the best candidate in Principles and Practice of Anesthesia, paper in Part 1 FMC examination. Bashir Aliyu Adamu. S.A. Odlington Prize for the best. Okay. Thank you. Please just come out for a handshake and for recognition, because we just want to save the time, please. So just come out and for a chance. We'll continue to call your name, but just come out for a handshake. All right. Odlington Prize for the S.A. Odlington Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 final FMC examination. Okonkwo Tango Chukwunonso. Dr. Emmanuel Eweta Prize for the best in Part 1 and Part 2 examination. Okonkwo Tango Chukwunonso. Dr. Musakare Philomena Edonwoyi Prize for the best dissertation in obstetrics anesthesia. Aponye Solomon Njide. Ushima Prize for the best dissertation in pediatric anesthesia. Opadola Obondele Adefunke, Dr. Major General Shina Ogumi, retired prize for the best candidate dissertation in intensive and critical medicine at the Part 2 final fellowship, Abdullahi Aliyu Musa. Femi Adeniyi prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMCDS examination, Akinola Adeola Rafiat. Professor E. Adekeye prize for the best graduate candidate in Part 2 dissertation in oral and maxillofacial surgery, Shehu Yushau Abdullahi. Olatokunbo Abiose prize for the best Part 2 candidate in oral and maxillofacial specialty viral logbook, Solomon Stephen. Felaye Jeboda prize for the best graduate candidate in community dentistry in Part 2 fellowship final examination, Okuro Gai Eloho Ogumo, Faculty of Family Medicine. Dr. Alaba A. Kale prize for the overall best candidate in clinical Part 1 examination, Abubakar Sumaya Garba. Dr. J. Omitowoju prize for the overall best candidate in Part 1 FMC-FM examination, Abubakar Sumaya Garba. Faculty prize for the best graduate Part 2 candidate in FMC-FM examination, Zakaria Rashida. Fixing prize for the best graduate candidate in Part 2 finals FMCM examination, Zakaria Rashida. Federal Medical Center Umahia prize for the best graduate student in Part 2 finals FMCFM examination, Zakaria Rashida. And Pa Joseph Abi and Madam Alice Adebimpe Kuteyi prize for the best candidate in Part 2 final fellowship examination in the Faculty of Family Medicine, Zakaria Rashida. Faculty of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. O. Majekodumi Sogan Prize for the best candidate in Part 1 FMCOG examination, Joseph Elizabeth. Dr. M.A. Majekodumi Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMCOG examination, Yunusa Mariam Muturayo. River State Government Award for the best candidate in Part 2 FMCOG examination, Yunusa Mariam Muturayo. Dr. Rotimi Ola Memorial Prize for the best candidate in dissertation in the FMC OG Part 2 examination, Ofa Ijeoma Chioma. Professor E.E. Opere Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 written examination, Hazan Zinab Ismail. Professor A.E. Orue Prize for the best candidate in Part 1 oral examination, Agbolaka Inde. Professor O.U.J. Umura Prize for the best candidate in Part 1 clinical examination, Joseph Elizabeth. Professor V. Eguatu Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 oral examination, Yunusa Maria Muturayo. Dr. Mrs. Eseohi Anaziokoro Prize for the best female Part 2 candidate, Yunusa Maria Muturayo. Professor Paul Ezeonu Prize for the best dissertation in Part 2 FMCOG examination, Ofa Ijeoma Chioma. Professor Os Ipeze Prize for overall best male candidate in Part 2 FMCOG examination, Simon Danjuma Randong. Professor B.C. Ozumba Prize for the best dissertation candidate male in Part 2 FMCOG examination, Simon Danjuma Randong. Faculty of Ophthalmology. Dr. J.O. Anyaru Prize for the best candidate in primary FMC examination, Musa Aliu Umar. Dr. Oyi Oluri Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 examination, Ekiran Adiola Habiba. SNN Urosu for the best candidate in the Part 1 clinical examination, Ekiran Adiola Habiba. Dr. H.A. Ajibode Prize for the best candidate in refraction at Part 1 FMC ophthalmology examination, Adedokun Abosede Esther. Dr. B.G.K. Ajayi Prize for the best candidate in MCQ Part 1 FMC ophthalmology examination, Adu Rahman Abubakar. Dr. Adeyika O. Ashayi Prize for the best dissertation in glaucoma in Part 2 FMC ophthalmology examination, Anikenwa Judith Ogechi. Dr. Adesola Majekodumi Prize for the best candidate in dissertation Part 2 FMC ophthalmology examination, Anikenwa Judith Ogechi. Dr. E.O. Akishete Prize for the best candidate in Part 2 FMC Ophthalmology Examination, Anikenwa Judith Ogechi. Dr. Dupe Popola Prize for the best pediatric eye research in children under 18 years, Ibrahim Aisha Mutasim. Professor Osahan Prize for the best candidate in orals Part 2 examination, Suli Ademola Ayola. Faculty of Pediatrics, Dr. Adeyi Adedayo Adeniyi Research Award in Clinical Pediatrics, David Abraham and Major. Delta State Government Prize for overall best candidate in Pediatrics, Otetubi Olayinka Aderonke. Margaret King Prize for the best dissertation in FMC PED examination, Obok Felicia. NLB International Bank PLC Prize for the best candidate in Pediatrics, Okeke Mary Jane Shizoba. Enzo Prize for the best candidate in Pediatrics, Otetubi Olayinka Aderonke. Professor Anene Okolo Prize for the best Doctor of Medicine thesis in field of neonatology, Maguju Oreoluwa Eniola, Faculty of Pathology. Dr. Alexander Yunofeboro Prize for the best Part 1 candidate in chemical pathology in FMC PATH examination, Dachi, Fimba, and that. Dr. Victor Wakwe Prize for the best Part 2 candidate in chemical pathology in FMC PATH examination, Ogunkuli Abdulfatai Hayode. Dr. M.S. Jurosimi Prize for the best candidate in Part 1 FMC PATH examination, Muhammad Maimuna Uthman. Professor E.D. Atta Prize for the best performing graduate in histopathology, anatomical pathology, Part 2 FMC PATH examination, Sani Kamaruddin Owolabi. Now for this, I want the representative of the First Bank to come forward, please. The representative of the First Bank. And this is Professor Abba.
It is my pleasure to give you this for being the best candidate in the Part 2 examination of hematology and blood transfusion. I wish you all the best, and I hope to get more from you as you practice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So bring it from him. Don't worry, it's safe. I'll give you a call to.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Maybe I also come for my prize award too.